like I said, like making plans. So talking about, what is going to happen, if you're going to meet up with someone, see someone, giving them details about where you're going to meet. So when we arrange to meet someone, we don't want to just ask them, do you want to come to the movies? Do you want to go for dinner? So we're going to talk about expressions. How do we ask people to come somewhere with us? And then also to make sure that we can give them details of where to meet, at what time, where's the location. So that's called arrangement. Arrangement just means the details to where you're going to meet. Okay, so let's look at some expressions. Because as you know, you're always getting invited to go somewhere, or maybe you want to invite your friend to come somewhere. Okay, so let's look at some expressions first. So when we want to invite someone out, we can say, would you like to come? So would you like to come? We're looking at, see that little yellow box on page 112? Would you like to come? We can also say, are you free? Like, are you free? Do you want to come somewhere? Are you free this weekend? Do you want to go? Do you want to go to the movies? Do you want to go for dinner? Do you want to go? And then you can put the place. Do you want to go? And I'll put the place. You could say the place here. So that's 3 ways that you can invite someone. Again, now, would you like to come to, and then you can put the name of the place here. Would you like to come to the beach? Would you like to come to the movies? Would you like to come? It could just be, would you like to come to my home? And then this one, are you free? You can add, are you free this weekend? Because when you ask someone, are you free? They're going to say when. So I would add when. So are you free this weekend? Or you could even say, are you free on Saturday? And you can even be more specific. Are you free Saturday afternoon? Okay, so you can keep being as much specific as you want. But just as long as you know that to invite someone, we use the verb would. It's a polite, nice way. Would you like to join me? Would you like to come? Or we can use the verb to be. Are you? Are you free on Saturday afternoon? Are you free on Sunday? Are you free this weekend? And the verb do. Do you want to go to, and then you can say the place. You can say the name of the restaurant. Do you want to go to the name of the restaurant? Okay, so that's how we invite someone to come somewhere. Now, you need to know how to respond. So you could say, thanks, I'd love to. Like, yeah, thanks. And this is very common. We say, I'd love to. So if you say, I would love to, it's just too long. It's more common. We say, I'd love to. Or yes, thanks, I'd like to. But more common, I'd love to. Or thanks. Yes, I'll come. Now you can, if you can't make it, maybe because you're busy, you'd say, I'm sorry, I can't. So you can see in this example, I'm sorry, but I'm working late tonight. So we always apologize because it's just nice to let people know, sorry, I can't make it. Sorry, I'm busy this weekend. Sorry, I'm not free. Or you could be more specific. Sorry, I'm going to dinner with my husband this weekend. So you could be very specific or just very general. Sorry, I can't this weekend. And we can see, you can also say, maybe you want to say, yeah, that's great. I'd love to. So again, you can add always this last part, I'd love to. So you can say, thanks, I'd love to, or that's great, I'd love to. Or just yes. You could have a simple response. Yes, I can come. So that was how to invite someone and how to respond. But what about when you want to start giving more detail? So if they said yes, because you just want to be general, you know, are you free this weekend? Do you want to come to the movies? Do you want to go to the beach? Do you want to go for a walk? Now, when they say yes, you have to make arrangements. Now, arrangements means the plan, the details. So you could ask someone like, okay, what time does it start? Because maybe someone invited you to the movies. You'd say, okay, what time does it start? Or maybe they invited you to a party. Okay, what time does it start? Or you could say, what time does, the party start? What time does the movie start? Okay, so always be clear in what you're talking about. So what time? You could say, let's meet at 7. Okay, so you could say the time. Let's meet at 7. You could say in front of the movies. So you could even say the time, but then say where. So let's meet at 7, in front of the cinema. Or let's meet at 7, maybe at my home. Maybe they'll come to your home and after you'll go together in your car or something. Or you could say, let's meet at 7 at the restaurant. Okay, but making sure you said the name before. So you could be very specific, not just the time, but where. At the restaurant, at the movies, and we use at with location. At the movies, at the restaurant. Perfect. If they agree, you could say, okay, see you at 7, right? Very simple. Okay, see you there. A very common expression is if they told you the location, you would say, see you there. There means already the place. You don't have to repeat the name of the place. Or see you at 7. That's the time because you don't want to, if they said, let's meet at 7, you could say, okay, see you then. Because you don't want to repeat again. So these are very common ways. We say, okay, see you then. That really is meaning you know what time. But if it's the place, I would say, okay, see you there. Okay, at the movies, wherever, see you there. Okay, now let's talk about some more ways that we can invite people. So I just want to give you some common expressions. As an English speaker, this is how we invite people to go anywhere. Would you like to come? Okay, we did this one before. Would you like to come? You could use a different action. Would you like to go to the movies? Would you like to meet at the library? Would you like to see a movie? You could say wanna go. Very, very common. That's only if you're very good friends, very casual. So you know them very well. You say, hey, wanna go to the movies? You coming? Very casual. You can ask, can you come? The same as like, do you want to come? Would you like to come? Are you available? This is a bit formal. So maybe if this person is a new friend, then I would say, are you available to come to meet this weekend? But remember, if you're very, very, very good friends, I wouldn't use this word. I would use something more casual. Would you like to come? Want to go? Okay, so this one only if, maybe you're new friends. You're just very new, or you're working with someone and you're very new. This is, movie, dinner tonight, ? Maybe want to do something. Something means, I don't know, I don't have a plan. Just, do you want to do something? And then they'll say, sure. What do you want to do? Or maybe they'll say, sure. What do you have planned? Or sure. What's on your mind? Have you heard that one? We have this expression, what's on your mind? That means like, what's your plan? What are you thinking? You could say, let's go somewhere, ? Again, they could say, yeah, where do you want to go? Okay, so something is like a plan, but somewhere is like the location, where you're going somewhere. But this is more like, want to do something, like watch a movie, go for dinner. You could say, do you feel like going to the movies? Do you feel like coming over? You could just invite them to come to your home. Do you feel like coming over? And again, I just want to give you some extra ways to respond. So again, we're doing inviting, we're responding, and then we're arranging. So I want you to have those three things in mind. When you invite someone and then they respond, and then you make arrangement. That means you give them the details where to meet. So some other ways to respond, you could say, thanks, yes, I'd love to. Or you just say, thanks, love to. You could say, sure, yep, I'll meet. You could say, definitely. That means like you're very, very sure. Yes, let's meet up. You could say, that's great, awesome, perfect, let's meet. If it's a negative, again, we like to apologize. I'm sorry, I can't. You could say, I won't be able to. So again, you're not giving the reason why. You're just saying very generally, sorry, I won't be able to. Not tonight, or again, not this weekend, depends the time. This is very formal, I apologize. So again, maybe if it's a new friend or it's a new classmate, I would say, oh, I apologize. I can't make it. I won't be able to make it. Okay, so a little bit formal with this last one here. Now the arrangements, when we give details, what time does it start? Again, we did this before. Maybe you're talking about a movie. When does it start? So this is the date. So when? On Monday, Tuesday, when does it start? Where should we meet? So the location, where should we meet? Because you don't want to just say to someone, hey, do you want to come to the movies? Watch a movie? They say, yeah, sure. You say, okay, see you on Saturday at 6 p.m. They're like, but where? Where should we meet? So you need to make this plan. Where do I meet you? Is another way to say, where do I meet you? When are we going? This is very common, especially if you're going to a party. Do I need to bring anything? Because, it's nice just to ask, do I need to bring anything? What should I bring? Okay, another common one. What should I bring? Will there be any food there? Maybe you're going to a party. You want to know if you need to eat at home before, or maybe, will there be any food there? Sometimes, especially girls, we ask each other, what should I wear? Or what are you wearing? Because you want to make sure you and your friend, you're wearing, do I wear something casual? Do I need to wear something formal? Do I wear a dress? What should I wear? Okay, so before we listen to a conversation about some people making plans, I just want to show you a conversation, and then we're going to make our own conversation, and then we'll do the exercise in the book. So this is a conversation. So remember, we're talking about friends, inviting each other, responding, and then making the arrangements, talking about the details. So we have person A. Hey, Letizia, want to come with me to a show tonight? Okay, so a show is like you're watching people, like maybe it's in a festival, in a circus, you're watching people. So it's not in the movies, it's not a film. A show is more like you're watching people in real life performing. Maybe they're singing, maybe they're dancing, maybe they're acting. We don't know. It's just a show. So B says, yeah, cool. That's very common. Yeah, cool. I'd love to come. What time is it at? So it, because I don't want to repeat the noun. So what time is it, the show, at? It's at 8 p.m. Now, this is very common. Does that work for you? So this is very, very common. We always say this. Does that work for you? That means the time. that means 8 p.m. Does that work for you? So you only say this after you give the time. That means like, is this time okay? Is it okay, 8 o'clock? Can you do it? Can you come at 8 o'clock? So does that work for you? And they say, sure, because you have to say yes or no. So yeah, sure, okay. Where should we meet? Let's meet at my home at 7:30 p.m. So very common, this is how we write the time. So especially we like to say, you know, p.m., a.m. So 7:30 p.m. Don't write, remember how we talked about when you write messages, you don't need to write the words of the number. You just put the number. So don't write 7, like don't write it like this at 7:30. Okay, don't do that. You write it like this at 7:30. And then we can go together. It's about 10 minutes from my house. So when you want to show someone that you understand, we say, okay, like, okay, sure. I'll see you soon then. Another very common expression. So, okay, I'll see you soon then. Or, okay, see you there. See you then. Then I chose then because it's more about the time. You know, she said the time at 7:30. So, okay, see you then at 7:30. Okay, so that was one example of how do we invite someone, how do we respond, and then make arrangements. So now you are going to create a conversation where you're inviting and making arrangements, but you're going to be doing it together. So you're going to work together, and then I'll show you an example. So you can pick any characters. You can be friends, you could be husband and wife, you could be anyone. You could be like school children, inviting each other. It doesn't matter, just friends. So this is from Javiera. So we have Eloise. Eloise says, hi, Henry, how are you? Would you like to go with me and Javiera for dinner? Henry says, yes, that would be great. Javiera says, great. The restaurant is Lucia's restaurant on Hutt Street. So you could see she's giving exactly the location. Henry says, sounds like they have seafood there. Love it. Eloise says, great. I'm excited. So when you want to show that you're very, very happy, you could say, oh my God, I'm excited. I can't wait. What time do we meet? Javiera says, let's meet at 7 p.m. And Henry says, oh no, that doesn't work for me. So remember, we use this expression when we're talking about the time. That means it's not good, 7 o'clock for Henry. That doesn't work for me. I finish work late tonight. And I like the emoji, the sad emoji. Eloise says, would 8:30 be a better time? So you could just say, is 8:30 better? And they both say, yes, sure. Eloise says, where should we meet? And Javiera says, in front of the arcade, and then we'll go together. Henry says, that's great. See you, ladies. And Eloise and Javiera says, see you later. Okay, so nice casual conversation. This is another conversation from Mia and Curly. Mia and Curly. So Mia says, hey, Curly, are you free on Saturday? Curly says, yes, I am. Mia says, good. I'd like to invite you to Henley Beach. Very formal. I might change that one. So she said, I'd like to invite you. I'd like to invite you to the beach. And Curly says, sure. Which beach and at what time? And then Mia says, Henley Beach at 2 p.m. So always the location, make sure it's capital letter. So Henley Beach at 2 p.m. So I'm going to put a question mark. She wants to see if that's okay. So sometimes you can give the detail and then put a question mark because that's saying like, is that okay? And then Curly says, okay. So he understands. Do I need to bring anything? Mia says, yes. You can bring some snacks, potato chips or something. So not very common. We don't say potato chips. We say you can bring some snacks, chips, or something. I'll bring drinks, fruit, and so on. Again, so on is not very common in speech. So I'll bring drinks, maybe, and some fruit. And then Curly says, okay, I'll see you on Saturday. Mia says, okay, see you later. Okay, so that was a good invitation with friends asking each other to go to the beach. So that was the examples that I had. So now, Lucy and Sue Ellen, you're going to work together to create a conversation similar to these ones. So make sure you put the name. You can change the character. You can be anyone that you want. So make sure one person is inviting the other. And, you know, the other person is asking, okay, where do I meet you? Maybe it's not good. Maybe they're busy. So you have to say, well, can you do another day? Are you free another day? So maybe not all the time you can say yes, yes, yes. So maybe you have to say, oh, I can't on Saturday, but how about on Sunday? Or how about next week? Okay, so maybe it doesn't always have to be yes, yes, yes. Maybe it's not possible. Okay, so now you're going to create a conversation, not just inviting and saying yes, but talking about, you know, what time, where should you meet? Do I need to bring anything? You know, the location, the time, the place. Do you need a ticket? Maybe if you're going somewhere, do I need to buy a ticket? So you need to ask all these questions. Okay, so I'll give you 10 minutes, 15 minutes to work together. Inviting, responding, and arranging.